What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Stephanie, and today I'm gonna be showing you guys how to make these delicious cookies that are also not the healthiest cookies in the world, but they are a healthier alternative to buying like packaged cookies or making packaged cookies, anything like that. This is just a healthier alternative and they are delicious. So for this recipe, you're going to need the following. You're going to need 2 overripe bananas, a larger size bowl, ground cinnamon, flaxseed, chia seeds, coconut flakes, peanut butter, honey, vanilla extract, rolled oats, doesn't matter if it's quick oats or steel cut, and some form of meltable chocolates. So obviously this is just my preferred recipe. I like to put a couple little extra things for the extra benefits, like the chia seed and the flaxseed and that kind of stuff is obviously optional. I also want to note too that I usually use just semi-sweet chocolate chips, but I'm going to try something a little new. Plus, we just got a bunch of Halloween candy and there's Hershey bars that none of us really like sit and eat, so I'm just gonna put them to use. And milk chocolate is better than semi-sweet anyway, so it's probably healthier with the semi-sweet or dark chocolate, but we're just gonna go with the Hershey's milk chocolate for this one. So the first thing you wanna do is set your oven to preheat at 350 degrees. So the first thing you wanna do is take your bananas and you wanna mash them into the bowl. Okay, once you have majority of it mashed, if it's a little lumpy, it's okay because everything's just gonna kind of mix together nicely. Next thing I'm gonna do is add the peanut butter, and I'm going to use a good portion of peanut butter. I'm gonna use a pretty big scoop, about that big. And then just mix that in with the bananas. Okay, so once that's done, everything else is pretty much just whatever you prefer as far as portioning. I don't portion out anything. I'm gonna put in some chia seeds next. Then some flaxseed. I'm gonna add some cinnamon next. I add a pretty generous amount. I do like it to have more of a cinnamon flavor since it is like an oatmeal cookie. Oatmeal cinnamon is just delicious. All right, I'm gonna mix it up a little bit right now. The more you take time to mix things, the more the bananas are going to be less lumpy. The next thing I'm going to add is some raw honey, some vanilla extract, mix that up. All right, next thing I'm gonna add is some coconut flakes. I also like a generous amount of this as well. And last but not least, I'm going to be adding the oats. I am so sorry for the angle of some of these things, but yes, these are quick oats. It doesn't matter if they're quick oats or steel cut or whatever. You want a generous, very generous amount. This is mostly consistent of oats. And basically, as far as measurement goes, you just want enough that it becomes hard to mix and it's not very wet, because the only way it's going to hold its shape after or during baking is if there's not a lot of moisture in it. So you have to kind of cancel out the moisture of the banana with the oats and add as much as completely necessary. Pretty good. I'm at the point now where like my shoulder's hurting to even mix this, so I think it's a pretty good consistency. So this part isn't totally necessary, but if you would like to, it does kind of help set it a little quicker. I'm actually going to throw it in the fridge for the length of time that it takes for my oven to continue to preheat and finish preheating, and by then it should be perfect to start forming the cookies. Okay, so while I'm waiting, I'm just gonna get my pan ready. I just have an old cookie sheet here with some olive oil cooking spray that I'm just gonna spray the sheet with. I do spray a generous amount because these can easily burn to the pan, so make sure you spray your pan. All right, it's been probably like 5 minutes. This has been in the fridge, so I'm gonna take it out and get it ready now to form the cookies. I'm gonna take my rings off because it can get a little messy. So I want to make them about the size of like a normal cookie, so I'm just taking like a ball and I'm actually going to form it in the form of a cookie. I'm going to flatten it out because these won't flatten and make like cookie shapes on their own. So I'm just going to make a bunch of them just like this and put them on the pan. So this recipe makes roughly like 13 decent sized cookies. So then you're gonna put it in the oven at 350 for about 6 minutes, and then when that goes off, you're gonna flip them and put them in for about 5 more minutes. While that's doing its thing in there, we're gonna get started with melting the chocolate. So you're just gonna need a microwave-safe bowl and either your chocolate chips or chocolate pieces, whatever, just your chocolate, and put it all in the bowl. And then before you microwave this is actually gonna be the very last thing that we do because we don't want the chocolate to harden before we get it onto the cookie. So I'm going to add like the smallest sliver of butter into this bowl and then a little bit of creamer. And you can use whatever kind of creamer you want. If you want to use like a heavy whipping cream or just a regular half and half or creamer. I'm actually gonna use our Coffee Mate French Vanilla Creamer just to see if it gives it that flavor. I've never done it this way, I'm just gonna give it a shot. Okay, so while the cookies have about a minute left, I'm going to get this chocolate into the microwave. I'm first gonna put it in for like 30 seconds, give it a mix, and give it about 30 seconds more, and it should be perfect. Okay, so actually the 30 seconds for the chocolate was perfect. So now what I want to do, I've never done this before, I kind of want to like dip the whole bottom in chocolate, if that makes sense. Or maybe I should just like drizzle it over top and let it like harden and that would be the bottom. I don't know. I don't really know how I should do this. I think I'm just gonna try to drizzle it. So we're gonna learn this together here. I've never done it this way. So that's it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I probably should have maybe not called it healthy cookies. It's like I said, it's healthier than the stuff you get in a box. You can also obviously make it healthier without adding any chocolate or adding dark chocolate. You can also add raisins in place of chocolate if you just want a little bit of sweetness or whatever. It's really, there's so many different things you could do with these cookies. I will say the one thing that I haven't learned is how to properly store them, because if they do sit for too long, like this is something you want to eat pretty soon after they're made, within like that first week that they're made. You don't want them going any longer than, I want to say, like 5 days, because it stays pretty moist on the inside for the most part, so you don't want it growing any mold on the inside. So this is something that you want to eat within those first like 5 days after making it. As far as storage, I'll usually just put them in a sandwich bag and leave them out on the counter. Sometimes I'll put them in the fridge depending on how they came out this time around, because I do feel like every time I make them, they come out a little bit different as far as like the baking, because I don't always make them the same size, or you know, stuff like that. So if you know any better than me on any of those subjects, please go ahead and leave a comment down below so I know how to better store them for myself. I hope you guys try this out, and I hope you enjoy it. If you do, leave a comment down below. Let me know how you liked it. Let me know what you did differently, what you might do to spice it up a little differently. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're all having a great day, night, afternoon, whatever time it is, wherever you are, and I will see you guys very soon at my next one. Bye.